Hi, Mike. Can you look over here, please, Mike?
So Messier moment is here with the champ, my good friend. Love this guy, Vinny Paz. You fought 50.
My boy.
You fought 60 times. You won 50 fights. You got 30 by knockout against the very best in the world.
Yes.
Tell us about your career in boxing, and then we'll talk more about film.
I was just talking to the pretty girl here and telling her this 5-time after my 50th win in 2004. Shortly after, I was in Boston, and there was all these dudes in this club, in this bar, and they're all taking pictures with me, and then they're going 5-time, put him up, 5-time, put him up. We're with the 5-time champion. And as I'm putting my fist up, I'm going, you know what? I know what I got to do. And I went the next day and had that 5X tattooed on my hand.
Right.
And now it's like an iconic picture.
And you had it colored, because I remember when that was black and white, and now it's in color.
Yes. You were there in the beginning.
Yep.
Mike, you were there in the beginning for me. Thank you.
Well, Vinny Paz, you've had such a... And just to talk about boxing for a moment, who is your toughest opponent? Who would you say?
They're all tough. I don't pick a guy. They were all tough. I fought a lot of beasts. I fought a lot of animals. The one thing I say, and everybody asks me, a lot of people ask me, who hit you the hardest? And without a doubt, it was Roberto Duran.
Right.
Like, it was like he hit me, and I was like, when I fought him, he was 40 years old. And I was thinking, how's this guy going to stay with me? 40 years old. He hits me with the first shot. I went, oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. I couldn't believe it. I said, what the fuck? How am I going to take this for 12 rounds? But I took him, beat him twice.
You did fight him twice, and that was in, I believe it was in Las Vegas. Is that correct?
One in Las Vegas, one in Atlantic City.
Yeah. And you fought all the great fighters. Was there anyone that escaped your radar, because you fought so many times, so many great fights? Anyone that you didn't get your hands on that you would have liked to have fought?
I wanted to fight Boom Boom Mancini and Arturo Gatti.
Okay.
And I thought they would have been great fights. And both guys were very hittable. And, you know, I only lost to world champions that were tall and had a great jab. You know, Mancini and Gotti were two great fighters, two tough fighters. Tough guys don't beat me. You know, they don't have the style to beat me, because and it would have been a great fight to fight each one of those guys. It would have been awesome for the TV people. So I tried to make that happen, but couldn't do it. And that's it. Everybody else, it's been awesome. I fought the heavyweight champ of the world. I didn't win, but I fought the heavyweight champ of the world. Roy Jones won the world title after I fought him. Like, I'm 5'7" on a good hair day.
Right.
I shouldn't be fighting the heavyweight champion of the world.
And he, at that time, Roy Jones Jr. was the man in boxing, and you took him to the limit, because I watched that fight, and you gave him some fits in there. It was a good fight.
He was badass. No, I had a rotten day. He had a great day.
Yeah.
I don't want to cry over spilled milk, but I had a bad day. He had a great day, and he was an unbelievable fighter. You know, if I was good, I would have lost the decision to him. I would have never got stopped. But they told me the fight was going to be at 9:30, 10 o'clock. It ended up being at 12 after midnight, and it just threw me right off. You know, when you get all jacked up on caffeine, and then you get your down period. I was on the down period, walking to the ring, and he was unbelievable. You know, a great fighter. He's still fighting today too.
Wow.
Still is nuts.
I can name all the fights. I mean, you had Greg Haugen 3 times. Not your buddy.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. You beat Haugen.
2 out of 3 Haugen. Hi, Greg.
And and a guy that I'm afraid to even mention his name within striking distance, but the guy that you really don't like. You know what I'm talking about.
Dana Rosensplat.
Right.
Sorry.
Sorry. We'll see what we can do. But you guys had some brawls, because there was just a lot of hate. Let's just be honest, a lot of hate.
I hated him. I still hate him. I'll hate him next year, and that's how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to die hating that guy. That's all he wants. He tries to be my friend. No, you're not going to be my friend, because now now it's just you and me. In the beginning, I only fought him because he was a local kid, and I figured I'd help him out, let him make some money. Then he starts talking down on me, and you know, it was just nuts. And he tried to friend me, no,
Not happening.
Not happening. You want to dog me in front of millions of people, and then now you want to be my friend? Not happening. I'll kill him too today. Still, I'll choke him out.
Third fight, rubber match. And
in Haugen too. We can go 4 times with Haugen too.
Right.
He's another one. Steel cage match.
I remember watching you fight Roger Mayweather.
That's in the movie too. That's in Bleed for This.
Nice.
It was one of my bad. I had 5 bad fights out of 60. That's not bad. I had 5 bad ones. That was one of them, and I almost died after the fight because I was so dehydrated. I couldn't make the weight, and I'm glad they're going to make a point of that in the movie.
What's interesting to me as a boxing fan is that sometimes, as a fan of yours, because I was in Virginia growing up, but I knew of you as a Rhode Island person too, that sometimes the greatest fights for a fighter are the ones he loses, because that's the heart of a champion. That's when you get up off the mat.
Yeah, that's a worthy statement, and it's true. If I would have quit, this movie would never be coming up. Bleed for This would never be happening. But that's just the nature of my life since I was a kid. Get back up. You get knocked down, get back up. Only the champs get knocked down. Fighters get knocked down all the time. Only the champs get back up.
For those that were much younger at the time of the car accident that severely broke your neck, and we watched the preview of Bleed for This in the movie theater tonight for the opposite sex, you've got the halo in your neck, and they had to literally take out the bolts, the screws out of your neck, and I don't want to bring back bad memories, but this is what the movie's all about, and your life is all about, is the courage, the determination to overcome these obstacles. The
most painful moment in my life, and I've been through more pain than World War II veterans. The most painful moment in my life, and I've had, I don't know, maybe 1,000 stitches, 100 broken noses. The worst moment, the most painful moment was when they took the screws out of my skull, because I didn't take no drugs. They wanted to sedate me a bit, and I was like, no, just take them out, doc. I don't care. It was unbelievable. After being in my skull for 3 months, the bone wrapping around the screw.
Yeah.
And then when the doctor clicked the first time the screw in my head, it was a ratchet, like literally it was screws, and he clicked it the first time, and I went, whoa, doc, you're going the wrong, I said, you're going the wrong fucking way.
Right.
And he said, no, Vinny, he said, I told you it's going to be painful. He said, brace yourself. So I held on to the chair, and he clicked again, and I went, doc, and I smashed his leg.
Wow.
And he's like, I don't know, he was like 70 years old. He buckled, and I'm like, you're going the wrong fucking way. And then I know with the other 3, I just braced myself, and then it was out.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty, right, on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's segue into the film, because the preview tonight is the real footage, and then the film, directed by Ben Younger, who I believe did The Boiler Room, if I'm not mistaken. And then you've got an all-star cast.
All-star cast, the greatest cast. It's nuts. It's literally the greatest cast of producers on a movie ever. Bruce Cohen, Emma Tillinger, Martin Scorsese, Ben Younger. It's amazing. It's nuts, and they got the actors that are awesome people too. Miles Teller, they're trying to make out to be the next Leonard DiCaprio.
Yep.
You got Batman, who's playing my trainer, Aaron Eckhart. You got Katie Seagal, who everybody loves. She's awesome. She's gonna play my mom. The guy who's playing my dad, Karen. His last name is Linz. He's from the cable show Sons of Kings of Anarchy. Yeah. And then the rest of the cast is just hot. Miles Teller is gonna be banging. It's gonna be pretty cool.
And I can just see 6 months, a year from now, Vinny Paz himself doing the promotion, because you're not shy. You'll be doing some promotion on the Tonight Show and the Late Show and all the great publicity outlets. You're gonna be in that forefront of this production, I'm sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool, and I'm good advertisement,
Yeah.
So they should take advantage of me. But I'd love to go on all the shows and tell them, watch the movie. It's going to be outstanding, and it's going to be so motivational. It's going to make you do something that you've never done before.
That's great, Vinny Paz. And just as a side note, a lot of the people, Steve Feinberg, you got Tommy DiNucci, David Gear, myself, we've all done the Messier moment tonight. We all have something in common, which is we all love not only pro boxing, but also the little, the pro wrestling too. You had a pro wrestling moment in one of the WrestleManias. You were a guest referee for a wrestling, it was actually a boxing match in a wrestling promotion. That must have been interesting.
It was a real boxing match too, Mike. Not just a set up, a wrestling match. It was a real fight. I remember when McMahon called me and he said, "Vinny," he said, "I'd really like you to ref one of the fights that we're having. We're doing something a little different." He said, "I'd like you to come and be the ref for the fight in Philadelphia." I'm pretty sure it was Philadelphia.
Yep.
And I said, "Sure." He said, "Well, we're gonna make
Butterbean? And
Butterbean and Bart Gunn." He said, "We're gonna make them fight." So I said to him, "Who's gonna win?" He said, No, Vinny, this is a real fight." I said, "Like real, really real? These two big guys are really gonna go at it?" He says, Yeah, we're doing that now. That's our new thing we're doing." I said, "Okay, cool." And so I went and I wanted to see the boxer win. So I'm in the back and I'm talking to all the dudes. They were all cool with me, right down from The Rock to all the superstars at the time. Yeah. All those dudes, they were all cool with me. And they were all telling me, they're saying, "Vinny, Butterbean's gonna get killed. Bart Gunn's a badass." I'm like, "Really?" Because the next guy, well, Bart Gunn's been training and he's going to kill Butterbean. I'm like, "Really?" So I feel bad. I don't want to see Butterbean lose. I go into his dressing room. I said, "Bean, you cool? You ready?" He said, "Oh, yeah, Vinny." I said, "You in shape?" He says, "Yeah, Vinny, I trained hard for this." I said, Good. I said, "Watch him. They tell me, he's in good shape and he can fight." So he says, "Oh, no, I'm good, Vinny. I got this. I'm in the ring. All right, let's go. Fight." The first 10 seconds,
right,
I knew Butterbean was going to knock him out. In the first 10 seconds, just seeing how he threw a punch, I knew Butterbean was going to knock him out. Butterbean drops him like a tree going down. I literally picked Bart Gunn up. I put my shoulder under his arm, pick him up. They fight again, and then he hit him one more bomb, and that was it. It was over. But it was, I was really nothing against Bart Gunn, but I loved that moment.
it was Butterbean was just a phenomenon at that time frame.
Yeah, Butterbean can fight. People just look at him, see he's a big fat guy, think it's a joke. It ain't no joke. He can fight.
Yeah. Vinny Paz, you've had such a celebrated career as a boxer, an entertainer. I've been lucky enough to see your private residence and the 5 world championship belts in your home, because you deserved them. You fought the very best and you beat them, and to be a world champion 5 times over.
Thank you. Very nice compliment. Very nice statement. Very true statement. That's truth. But I got lucky, but I worked hard. Sweat and blood, and worked my balls off. It was a lot of hard work. People don't see that part of it, but a lot of hard work for each one of those belts. I think of sweating and bleeding, and I'm happy with the way my career ended. I wanted to end with 50 wins. I got my 50th win, and that's it. Done. 2004. It's amazing how time flies. It's 10 years already.
I have a feeling that you can still get in the ring with some of these guys and just tear them apart, to be honest with you.
That could be true, but we'll never see that. Ain't doing it ever again.
Anything else you want to say to the good people watching the Industry Insider's Messier Moment? Vinny Paz, Bleed for This, the champ, coming to your theaters next year.
Check it out. Peace and love. I'm out.
Messier Moment.
Hi, Mike. Can you look over here, please, Mike?